Check and see if you have all the factors for 100. Keep working if you're not quite done. So they've started with 1 and 100, and I'm going to go down my checklist just to make sure I get them all. So what about 2? I heard this question a couple of times. Is a 0 in the ones place even? Right? And Miles and I were saying yes, because if you count by 2s, you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, which gives you a 0 in the ones place. So this is divisible by 2. Can you shout out if you know 2 times 50 equals 100? Yes. Then we can check our 3s. Nope. We should just put a check mark in 1 because 1's always a factor. So I can use my 3's trick and I can add 1 plus 0 is 1. Can I divide 1 by 3? No. Nope. Or I could have tried 100 divided by 3, right? If I zoom into that, I can do 3 times 3 is 9. And I would get a 10 again, and then I get 3 times 3 is 9, and then I have a remainder. So 3 is not a factor. Then I can move on to 4. The last 2 digits are 0. This one's kind of tricky. Is 0 divisible by 4? Yes. I mean, kind of. Yes. So 4 times 25. I always think of money, right? Yes. 4 quarters makes $1.
Well, it couldn't be 4 divided by 0 because anything divided by 0 is undetermined.
Right.
Because even like the best people that do math like every single day, like people even smarter than
mathematicians,
teachers,
even smarter than teachers.
IQ like 126 something. You can't even find out 1 divided by 0.
Okay. So if a number ends in a 0 or a 5, then it's divisible by 5. This number ends in a 0, which means it's divisible by 5. 5 times what gives me 100? 20. Now I can do 6. To be divisible by 6, it must have the factors 6, 2, and 3. Do I have 6 and 2? No. I don't have 3 as a factor, right? I do have 2. I can check 7s. I have to divide, but I know it's not divisible by 7 because 7 times 10 would be 70, and I'm not going to get to 100 from there. I can check my 8s by dividing. I can also do 8 times 10 is 80, 8 times 11 is 88, 8 times 12 is 96, 8 times 12 is 96, so I'm not going to get to 100. Yes. Then I could do 9. I've got 1 and a 0 is 1, which is not divisible by 9. But 10, bing, bing, bing. 10 times 10 makes 100. Did you get them all, Annie? Okay. All right. I'm going to clear my checklist. Now, number 6 and number 7. Say list all the factor pairs for each number. Oh, I forgot to ask. 100. Is it prime or composite?
Composite.
All of these so far are composite. Number 6 and number 6 and 7, Leah, say list all the factor pairs. This is the exact same problem. They just don't give you the table. So you could choose. You could make your own table. I like to make a little T-chart you might have seen me do before, right, where 29 goes on top. I could do one here for 63. You could use scratch paper. Or you could just write the factor pairs. So let's try 29. I know 1 is always a factor. So if I was using a T-chart, I could go like this. But I could also write the factor pair like this. 1, 29. That's one factor pair.
How many do we do? 1, but it's a prime number.
How do you know?
Because 9 is not even.
9 is not even, but 9 is not prime. 6 is not prime. So let's go through. 1 is a factor, always. Is it divisible by 2?
No. So it's
Let's check threes.
Yeah.
So my trick for threes is add my digits. 2 plus 9. So 9, 10, 11. Is 11 divisible by 3? 3 times what gives me 11? What? 11 divided by 3 is? If you get a remainder, which means it's not divisible, like it doesn't go evenly. I could also think 3 times, let's see, 3 times 10 is 30. So how am I going to get 29? I will not. I know it has to be even to be divisible by 4, right? 4, 8, 12, 16. So 4 is not a factor. Does it end in 0 or 5? No. 6 isn't because I don't have a factor as a 2 or 3. I know my 9s, I have 7 times 4 is 28, so I'm not going to get to 29. I'm going to do 8, so let's see, 8 times 3 is 24, and then 8 times 4 is 32. I'm not going to get to 9s. 9s, I can do 9s.
That won't work.
9 times 3 is 27, that won't work. And 10, oh, nothing works. So, how many factor pairs do I have?
One.
Ryan, what kind of number is this? It is a prime number because it has only one factor pair.
It's unknown. I have 4 ways because I just wrote it in different types of ways. Like 1 is 29, 29, like 29 times 4.
You're right. You can write this expression in 2 different ways, but it has the same factor pairs. 1 and 29.
Oh, 63 I think is the same.
So, you guys listen, Aisha and Khalid and Leia and Kate, this part's important. Even though you can flip the expressions, it's still the same pair, right? Like if I take off my socks and I trade switch my feet, I still only have 1 pair of socks, right? Same with shoes. I could take off my shoes, I can put them on different feet. It's going to feel funny, but I still only have 1 pair of shoes. Okay? So yes, you can write them 2 different ways, but it's still only 1 pair. Okay, try 63. I'm going to give you like 1 minute. See what factors you can come up for 63. Ready, go.
Definitely